Fury.
How's it going, friends? Reckless Yuki here, and hopefully you all had a fantastic weekend. And it's Monday now, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't need to be all that bad. And I'm about a week late with the contents of this video, but I figured now is a good time as any to share it with you guys. And there's two things in this video I want to talk about. First, the gameplay that you're seeing on the screen now is from a really crappy game I bought on Steam for about $2, which makes a crappy PC game, but for a fun mobile game, if you're just out on the go and you need something to take your mind off of current events, this is definitely a decent game, which is called Kung Fury Streets of Rage. And I bought it on Steam for about $2, but I'm not sure how much it'll be on the Apple or Android store. I'm assuming it'll be relatively the same. And it's just a fun game where you just use the left analog stick or the left directional pad of a controller, or even the left and right of the screen on the actual mobile device to basically attack left, attack right, and that's all you do with this game. So it's really boring and repetitive, but it's something interesting for just a cheap mobile game. Now, the reference of this game is actually a movie that appeared on Kickstarter a little over a year ago. I was really excited about it. It's called Kung Fury, and it's basically like an 80s throwback to all those action movies like that star Jean-Claude Van Damme or Sylvester Stallone or Steven Seagal, all those really classic 80s action movies that you may or may not have grown up as a kid, depending on how old you are now. For me, I grew up in the 80s, like I was born in the late 80s, so I guess I didn't necessarily grow up, but whenever I watched basic cable television, the action movies that they'll play was always the movies from the 80s, and that's, I guess, basically what I grew up with, just a little bit late. And so that's kind of the, I guess, action genre that I fell in love with as a kid. So watching this movie was definitely something basically interesting to me. And if you want to watch this movie, it's absolutely free. You can see it on either Steam, stream it for free on Steam at 1080p, or even on the official YouTube channel of the creators of the movie, which is, I think, Laser Unicorn is what they're called. And I'll put a link to the video in the description below so you guys can check it out. So if you guys have a free 30 minutes and you want just like a pretty cool flashback to a nonsense movie that makes absolutely no sense, definitely check it out. I think it's definitely worth the 30 minutes, and plus it's free, so you can't really lose there except for your time. But like I said, if you're a fan of 80s movies and you just want something ridiculously stupid, definitely check this out, because I thought it was a pretty cool movie. And one thing though, with the Kickstarter a year ago, I remember like when they did this Kickstarter, I was really interested in the movie, especially with the way that they're showing it off. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger than it actually was, but it just turned out to be just a really cheesy 30-minute movie, which isn't anything too impressive, but it was still kind of cool to watch, and it didn't take up too much time, so it didn't get overly boring. So I think it was kind of a good thing that they restricted it to 30 minutes, but then it didn't get, you know, too basically it didn't get too drawn out. And I remember with a Kickstarter, if you basically donate a certain amount of money, you could get special perks and privileges. And I remember there was this one perk that you had to pay like a couple $1,000s for, where if you paid them a couple thousand, you could basically be a leading role in the movie, but then you would have to pay for your own flight out there on top of the donation, and plus any sort of fees that you would inquire for housing and food and all that. So that was something that I was sort of interested in, but I definitely wasn't gonna splurge that amount just to be in a cheesy movie like this. But it was something I thought was pretty cool. But anyways, that's it for the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.